Senator Brown, or excuse me, Senator Bennet. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for your continued service to the country and to the committee. Secretary Moffitt, I want to say thank you to you for coming to the San Luis Valley in Colorado to visit our potato producers there and to come to understand, I think, how important it is to have the success we've had now opening up the Mexican market for them, and that's work that we have to continue to build on. I will say to my colleagues on the committee that trade is great. We need more trade, and Colorado's producers believe we need more trade. If we don't have the labor to actually get these crops in, we're going to have a huge problem in this country, and we are facing a massive crisis when it comes to farm labor in the United States, including in the San Luis Valley where you visited. So I hope for this Congress, miracle of miracles, that we might actually be able to finally address this, because there is nobody but Congress that can address this. And our growers and our producers and our specialty crop folks in my state, and I know all across the country, are depending on us to do it. And I hope that's not a futile hope that people have. I wanted to ask you about hemp, Secretary Moffitt. In 2018, in this Farm Bill, the committee legalized the production of hemp. As you know, for the first time, farmers in Colorado were eager to plant and grow it. Unfortunately, burdensome testing requirements and a lack of processing facilities have stunted the potential for this versatile crop, something that, a crop that people all over the country are interested in growing. What USDA resources are available to help farmers and states navigate the complex hemp regulatory framework, and what should we look to do in the upcoming Farm Bill to ensure the success of this crop?
Senator Bennet, thank you. And it was a pleasure to visit the San Luis Valley and to meet with the potato producers there. So we continue to work on maintaining that potato market access that we've worked so hard to achieve. Regarding your question on hemp, as of the January 1st of 2021, we have 42 states that have state-approved plans with USDA to register and to continue the hemp production in those 42 states. The rest of the states, USDA directly works with hemp producers. We also have 53 tribes around the country that also are partnering with us for with hemp plans as well. So as far as the question about what resources that we have at USDA to support hemp producers, we've done a handful of things as we've worked since the 2018 Farm Bill on developing the hemp program at the Agricultural Marketing Services. One is to make sure that we have an easy registration process and a streamlined IT process so that hemp producers and testing and all of the procedures that go along with hemp production are in one system that is easy to communicate with producers as well as with the local officials. So that's one key part of it. Also, last week, we released the first weekly National Hemp Report. This National Hemp Report is part of AMS's Market News that will provide weekly, timely information for hemp producers to be able to access information on market so they can make informed business decisions.
Okay, well, if there's more we can do in the Farm Bill, I hope you'll let us know. Ms. Charles, I had a question for you. As you know, Russia's unprovoked war on Ukraine has significantly damaged global food supply chains, including the export of Ukrainian wheat and other grains to Africa, to Asia, and to the Middle East. And this has exacerbated the food shortages that you talked about in your opening testimony in the Horn of Africa that are already dealing, as you said, with historic drought. How can Congress use the upcoming Farm Bill to provide essential humanitarian food and mitigate the growing global hunger crisis that we're now facing?
I think we saw this year really the importance of flexibility in our toolkit. So to address Russia's war in Ukraine, we both immediately drew down the full balance and have exhausted the full balance of the Bill Emerson Humanitarian Trust to use U.S.-sourced in-kind commodities to get to those places like Yemen and Ethiopia, northern Kenya, South Sudan, that would be most impacted by shortages and critically price spikes as a result of Russia's war in Ukraine. But we also used IDA assistance, our non-Title II assistance, to procure Ukrainian wheat, working with the World Food Program as proof of concept for that Black Sea Grain Initiative that's been so important in helping to stabilize wheat prices, still at quite a high level, but with less volatility towards the end of the year with that Black Sea Grain Initiative in place than we saw in the days after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So using kind of all of the different tools in the toolkit to help ensure that that food is not out of reach for the world's hungriest.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.